Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. Just at the saw shop bench again. You guys know the deal. I dug out this hat. I haven't worn this one in a long time. It's my stihl power sports hat. I remember Donnie Walker sent this to me like years ago. Thank you, Donnie. I figured I'd put this on because we're working on the 026, and this is a fitting hat. I subscribe to the Steel Timber Sports channel on YouTube, and I watch it live sometimes. Hot saws, I think that's kind of cool. It's pretty neat how fast those saws run and how the guys can get them started. It's interesting to see that because they got to be fast, but they got to start and light enough that the guy could swing it around. And then the chain technology, those guys file some crazy chains. So I really like watching some steel timber sports. Today's video, I want to dig into this carburetor on the 026. This stuff's important for any saw, especially if you buy a saw. My checklist when I buy a new saw: fuel filter, fuel line, I'll replace those right away. Impulse line if it has one. If it has a rubber intake boot, I'll inspect it. If there's any thoughts that it's hard, brittle, or maybe starting to crack, I get a new one in there. New spark plug, and I'll do a carb kit. If you do all those things, and that might cost you, depending on what parts you use, that can cost you 30, 40, 50 bucks. But that stuff right there, you'll usually have a saw that runs. If the saw's in good health and you do that stuff, it'll run for years without any trouble. I guarantee it. So, if you guys recall, when I got this saw, I tried to get it running. It had a bad fuel line, and I rigged up a fuel line with a rubber or a plastic tube, and I put a piece of fuel line on it and stuck it in the fuel tank. I couldn't get this saw to run properly, so I have a feeling we're going to find something in this carb. You never know what you're going to find. So, very important though. If I could do all this work to this saw and put it back together, and it's not going to run properly if I don't do the carb kit. Now, before we dig into that, I want to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. First things first, today I booked my flight to the Paul Bunyan show in Lower City, Ohio. I was there last year, 2023. I had an absolute blast. That's the first chainsaw event I've ever been to. And you folks out there in Ohio treated us like royalty. You guys were so friendly. Met a lot of kids and signed things, and we had a bunch of giveaways, and it just met a lot of good people there and made some good friends. Dan from Missouri, how's it going? Dan and I have been emailing back and forth since last year in Ohio, so I like that, Dan. Just good fella. Anyways, friends, so if you wanna come to an absolutely amazing, timber industry event, there's log splitters, processing equipment, chainsaws, you name it, gear. There's a hot saw competition. If you want to go to an awesome event, I recommend coming to Paul Bunyan 2024, Lower City, Ohio. It's at the Guernsey County Fairgrounds. And if you want to meet myself or Buckin, we will be there. So this year we're going to be in the DGP tent and with Scott. And friends, I can't wait. You guys got to try this DGP oil. It's just good stuff. And he was there with us last year, and really good fella. So this year we're going to be with DGP. So that's the first weekend in October. So if that's in 5 or 6 weeks. So if you want to plan a trip there, you have some time to do it. We had an absolute blast, and what a beautiful part of the world there over in Ohio. The back roads there were just scenic, rolling hills and rocky outcroppings and small fishing lakes, and I absolutely loved it there. So again, friends, I'm going to Paul Bunyan, and I'll see you guys there. And yeah, I'm really excited. I had so much fun there last year. I'll never forget that. Just the outpouring of support you know, when you do YouTube like I do, you do it from home, and you might go to the odd place here or there, but really there's no firsthand connection with your subscribers. And going to an event like that and meeting so many of you guys were stopping me when I was walking through the fairgrounds, and you guys were coming into the tent and saying hello, and you brought your children. And guys, thank you. That means so much to me. I know it means a ton to Buckin, and it's pretty special. So again, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came last year. It was pretty neat. That's what keeps me going, friends. Being a chainsaw builder on YouTube, sometimes you guys know there's a lot of things going on in the background, and guys throwing mud at each other, and you guys know I'm not involved in that. But sometimes you wonder, what's going on with the chainsaw community, and what's going on. Well, there's still a huge group of you guys out there. You're just good folks like I am, and you just want to cut timber and you enjoy chainsaws. That's what this channel is about. Okay, friends, hope to see you at Paul Bunyan. Let's get into the bench and let's start taking this carb apart. I think I have enough parts. I have bits and pieces of many carb kits here. Hopefully I got enough parts to make this happen. We're going to find out. Let's see. Okay, here's our carb kit, or our carb. It's a Walbro. I'm a Walbro fan. I prefer Walbro to most carbs. I like Tillotsons also. I like Tillotsons because I've dealt with them a lot. I understand every carb wants to adjust a little bit different. I understand how Tillotsons work. So I really like a Tillotson, but I like a Walbro. Not a big Zama fan. I've had a lot of Zama issues over the years, friends, on newer saws and carbs that don't tune properly. So first things first, I'm going to blow all this schmutz off of here because I don't want that in the carburetor. There we go. Looks like a brand new carb now. Now, there's a million ways to do this. I've done so many carb videos, and every time I do a carb video, somebody's like, you're doing that wrong. What you got to do is, friends, this is just how I do it. If you do it different, I'm good with that. Men are funny. We always have to, I don't know, I find it's a man thing. We have to show other people how much we know. It's kind of interesting to me. I don't, like, friends, I don't comment. If I see a video on YouTube and I don't agree with what the other guy's doing, I don't comment. I just don't. Everybody does their own thing. If we all did the same thing, life would be pretty boring. Imagine if we all pulled into the parking lot of a car show and we were all driving a red F-150 same year. That'd be pretty boring. So, anyhow, so first things first, I take one side off or the other or both. So first things first, look to see if that's a vent hole on the top. Make sure it's not plugged. If your vent hole gets plugged, sometimes this doesn't move, okay? That relieves any pressure. Totally normal for that to be full of sawdust because it gets in. Another reason why you want to keep a sharp chain. I can hear a dull chain from a mile away now, friends. Keep your chain sharp. Dull chains throw dust like this, and it gets in your filter and your carburetor, and it's just not a good deal. Okay, listen. That's hard as a rock. It still moves a little bit, but you hear it clicking? Hard as a rock. This thing didn't run because it needed a carb kit. Okay, so that's the first thing. Check your carb kit. Make sure. I'm going to put your light on here, guys. That'll help out a little bit. I always say this. If you're going to YouTube, lighting. More lights. I have so many lights over top of me when I'm filming. It's like you almost have to squint. Yeah, that's just a good deal. The more light, the better. And again, it's stuck. Okay, now, old saws like this, often, your gasket your gasket's going to be glued on like this one. Okay, so already I got to clean this gasket off. Before I start taking any more parts out of this, I'm gonna scrape this off. Give me a second. Okay, I just buy these Olfa blades in bulk. 2 points of contact really helps. You won't damage anything then. Okay, scrape it off. Now you might not get it all off with this. This kit's been on here since 1997, I'm gonna guess. I'm not even kidding. It's been on here a day or two. Not that I'm getting to an age where I think 1997 wasn't that long ago, but that was a long time ago. The world is definitely changing. Sometimes I think I'm just old, antiquated technology now. But anyways, just in a chill mood tonight. We had friends over. My buddy in town has a 68 Camaro, and he's having some battery issues. So he's like, hey, you got a battery charger? Yep, come borrow it. So if I can help him, hopefully he gets his machine going. He owns his dad's 68 Camaro, and it's a really cool 68 Camaro. It's not an RS, it's not an SS. It's a 2-speed Power Glide 327 2-barrel. I think that's cool because there ain't a lot of those around anymore that are original. Okay, now you see it's been scratched here a little bit. I'll just take a little Scotch-Brite, okay? Before I take anything off in this, okay, I'll just clean up this. I'm not even worried about getting any dirt in the carb because I'm going to clean this and blow it out before I take the needle and seat out. Okay, just take this, clean it up, okay, and then I'm going to blow it out. Okay, something like that. I may clean it a little more, but I think it's good. Let's get rid of all this dirt and debris. Let's have a look at the needle and seat. Now, I don't know if I have a needle and seat. So, we'll look at it, and yeah. What did I do? I ordered a bunch of carb kits. Somebody was asking, where do I get those carb kits with the plastic holders? I have no idea where I got those. Some are online. They are aftermarket. They're probably from China. They work great. A lot of times when you order carb kits, they come in a plastic case, and sometimes they don't. It's really just luck of the draw. Okay, take the spring out. So I need a small needle. Do I have one? I may not have one in any of my kits, so we may have to just rock this needle. It looks okay. So we're going to go with this original needle and this metering arm. We definitely need a new gasket and a new piece for the top. Now, a lot of times I do one side at a time, and I only do that because I'm filming and it makes it simpler. That's one thing that a lot of people are like, what are you doing? You should open both sides and clean both sides. And it's like, I guess. So I'll do it that way this time. Like I said, friends, what? There's why the saw wouldn't run. I'm just going to unclick this air line. I'm in a very relaxed mood tonight, which is good. Yesterday I was a little buzzy after work. Had a long day, and you guys know, you come home and sometimes you're a little buzzy. We're missing a diaphragm. There's supposed to be a diaphragm that covers these holes, and there isn't one. First things first, dirt, debris. Okay. Get in there with something and just get rid of that stuff. This is sawdust. Okay. That's why, again, sharp chain, you will get sawdust in your carb. There's the filter. Again, this thing's eating a lot of fines. Typical firewood saw. It's not a shot at firewood, guys, but most weekend warriors do not have a super sharp chain. I didn't before I got serious in this. So learn how to sharpen a chain. Really practice. Once you get it, it's for life, and it's just smooth cutting. Okay, I'm going to blow out this filter, and we'll start putting this car back together. Okay, we have a clean and shiny carburetor. I'm going to start digging through. Now, I know I got this diaphragm here. I dug that out earlier. And one thing I'm going to do right now, friends, is I'm going to get a new piece of paper towel. Keep it clean. Okay. Well, let's reassemble this. Like I said, I have bits and pieces of many carb kits. I'm just going to dump this one out because whatever I don't use is probably going to go in the garbage today. Okay, so we need a diaphragm, metering lever, or metering diaphragm, and we need one or the other. I'm not sure which is which, so, you know, we'll just wing it. I know those go together. Or do they? Let's have a look at this. Maybe I should have kept those parts I just pulled out of here. So, right here. There you go. So this is the right one for this, but I guess technically, I think maybe it's actually this one. I'm going to rock this one, okay? So this is like a master kit, and I believe this is an OEM kit. Okay, so that'll fit on there. And then this side, see, there's, oh, it's going to be this one for sure. 100%. There we go. And actually, that's a good view. You can see these cover holes, okay? Like that. This one covers that one, and that one covers this one. Under the impulse, when the piston goes up and down, it creates pressure and suction. It goes and these open and close. What's actually happening when your carburetor stops working, often these get stuck to there or they get brittle and they move up and down. Okay, that's what's going on when you need a carb kit, and you already saw on the other side when this gets stiff. What is the difference between the mesh one and the black one? So here's the black one that I could use. There really is no difference. The difference is ethanol, non-ethanol. I tend to run these because most gas nowadays has ethanol in it. And in fact, I think all gas in this country does. I just run them. I run them in ported saws, stock saws. I couldn't tell you a difference in performance, so I just run the ethanol ones. So, you know, play it by ear, do it how you want to do it, but I usually put the fiber ones in because they work. Okay, first thing I did, put the screen back in there. Okay, put the screen back in there. This side is diaphragm. If I put it on there right, diaphragm. Okay, diaphragm gasket. I believe it's this one. Nope, it's not that one. It's going to be one of these here. Diaphragm gasket. Which one is it? No. Process of elimination. Basically, I'm looking for the gasket that doesn't cover. It doesn't cover the flaps. And it will be this one. So we're going to rock this one. Okay. Now, easier way to do this, and I was just trying to line it up there. Take your cover and there's holes in it, okay? Put that on the cover. Okay, and then you can take this. You can either lay this on the carb or again, put it on the cover. And then take this thing around and do this. You know what excites me about Paul Bunyan? I get to hang out with many people, but Marty Rudder. Marty, you coming to Bunyan, buddy? I really enjoy Marty Rudder's company. I don't know. He has a very calm energy about him. Very, very centered. I like it. Met him last year and can't wait to see you, buddy. Old Marty Rudder. Heck of a guy. Okay, we'll put this back in here. Just like this. Everything looked good, so I'm probably just going to throw it back together how it was. I'm not super concerned about the metering lever. We'll have a look at the metering lever height when we get this back in. This is always difficult to do on camera. So what I do, I leave the screw in. Okay, and I go like this. I put this needle or this pin out. I drop it in the hole. Let's see if we can get this in here. Okay, I drop it in the hole, and then I slide it under. Okay, like that. Now, I was just showing you guys, I'm going to do it again, but this time I'll actually put the spring under there. Where did the spring go, friends? We had the spring here. Uh-oh. Did we lose the spring? Now I'm scared. You guys ever lost a spring? I certainly have lost a spring or two. Best thing about filming is I know where it went. Here it is. There's the spring. Oh, that was close. On this episode of Tin Man Saws, Tin Man loses a spring. I know, guys, it's riveting. Oh, interested. A lot of comments about me working on a Harley. I've always wondered about that, adding that to the channel, and well, it's gonna happen. The time is right. I feel like doing it. I do whatever I feel like on this channel, friends, because, well, why do things that you don't want to do? We all have to do things every day as adults that we don't want to do. So I do YouTube for fun. I've said that for years. I do it for no other reason than I enjoy it. Enjoy helping you guys work on your stuff. And as for what Harley I'm going to buy, I don't know. I kind of missed out 2 weeks ago. There was a shovel head. Local fella. Rebuilt motor. It was put together 80% maybe. Sounds like the guy just lost interest. Wanted to dump the project. It was a really good price. Pretty sure he had a title for it, because you guys know the deal. It ain't nothing without a title. If you don't have ownership for a vehicle, and you can't get one, well, guess what? You may have just bought something that's stolen or something that you can't insure. So there are ways to get a title in this province. You can do like a title search, blah, 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 but why go down that road if you don't have to? So anyways, I was going to go and look at that bike, and well, I got busy one night and I forgot. He was only like 30 minutes from here. Now I'm pretty sure this should be level with this, so we're good. Put something flat against there. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, if you pull that up, it'll open more. If you push that down, it'll open less. So the symptoms of that is you'll have a saw that floods horribly. So just be aware. Metering lever height is super important. It's not important until it is. And what I mean by that is it's not important until it's too high usually, and then it's really bad. Okay, gasket on this side, diaphragm. Okay, gasket, diaphragm, lid. I don't think it matters which way the screws go, or the vent hole. I usually put them forwards or backwards. I don't know. But anyways, this Harley, I forgot, and then I looked the next day and it was sold. It was cheap too. It was a shovel head. Probably started out life as like an FXE, and it ended up being an FL, and then a wide glide, and then I don't know. So now I'd like a shovel head as a project. Only problem with a shovel head is parts are hard to come by in these parts, and now there's the internet. Also, I may start buying and selling bikes again. I bought and sold, in a 10-year period, I probably bought and sold 40 motorcycles, friends. Just buying and selling and moving up and sideways, and whatever I chose is what I would buy. And I would buy a bike and make it cool, and then I'd see something else and I'd sell the first bike. Anyways, so shovel heads can be hard to sell here at any kind of a comfortable number. So yeah, I don't know. If I buy a shovel head, it's got to be the right bike that I want to keep, because I'll probably be stuck with it. that leaves me, well, I'll talk about the carb, friends, and then we can yak about bikes after. There it is, all done. That is a rebuilt carb. Normally I would replace the needle and seat. I didn't have one. If this saw has anything funny going with it, I ordered some more carb kits. So, you do all that stuff though, friends, and you should have a carb that runs minty. Okay, so that is pretty much how you rebuild every carb that's made. There's variations. Some of them have 4 screws on both sides. Some of them have 1 screw. Some of them have 3, 2. You always have a metering side and a pump side, okay? Metering side is pretty much always gasket, diaphragm, cover. The pump side is usually diaphragm, gasket, cover, okay? Because the diaphragms need to sit flush against the body. Metering lever height varies by carburetor. After you've done enough of them, you can kind of just look at them by different models. Here's how I find my metering lever height. You either buy a metering lever tool. I have one around here somewhere. It's a W for Walbro, and it has all your different carbs, and you put it on the body and see. You can buy them online cheap, like $10. I don't know where mine is, friends, because I don't use it very often. I'm more of an eyeball guy. But if you want to know how high your metering lever should go, type in blah, 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 metering lever height, and you'll usually find a factory manual on that saw or that carb. So anyways, hope that helps you guys out. And we're getting real close. Couple odds and ends to do, and we can throw this saw back together. I will probably, once I've done a few odds and ends, I'll probably just build this saw all at once. Maybe we'll do a live and start it live. But we're getting real close, friends. Couple hours, honestly, couple hours sitting at this bench, throwing this thing together, and it'll be done. All my parts are cleaned and ready for assembly, so I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Okay, I'll finish off talking about bikes. I'd really like a shovel head. I'd love a pan or a knuckle. I haven't seen a knucklehead in this region in years. They are around, but there's not a lot of people up here, so there's not a lot of anything, and there's certainly not a lot of 80-year-old bikes. Generator shovels are cool, but again, there's not many of them. My buddy Kenny used to ride one. That was his dad's. That thing was a war wagon. Love that bike. That was a great bike to ride down the highway. But it was like a 69, like last year generator shovel. But I don't know. I may even buy a twin cam, friends. I have my sights on a twin cam right now. Just feeling out the cellar. It's an odd project where it's like, why is this thing not together? But I kind of get why it's taken apart. It's basically a super cool twin cam that a bunch of wiring has been ripped out of it because the guy was changing the handlebars, and sounds like it needs a motor. So, and that's what I want, friends. I actually want to buy a bike that needs a motor so that we can do a Harley motor on the channel. I haven't done a Harley motor since 2005, maybe 2006. So kind of anxious to get back into it. There'll be some prep for that though. I will probably clear out my welding bench corner, and when I buy a bike, because I'm probably going to get a project bike no matter what, I'll have to set it up in that corner or over here. But we'll figure it out, friends. We'll make room for a second bike in here. But anyways, who knows? I might even buy an Evo. If the right Evo comes up for sale, I'll buy that too. Evos are super, super cool. Anyhow, friends, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Just me yakking at the bench. Can't wait to see all you guys at Paul Bunyan in Lower City, Ohio. Thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later.